their sex life would get better and better and better with age. They have not lost that flame and sparkle between them. Today we are talking about how to heal Madonna-Whore Complex. Recently I recorded a video where this complex takes its roots, but today we're going to actually dive in deep what to do about it. My name is Katyusha. I'm your certified sex and relationship coach. Please consider to subscribe if you enjoy this topic, hit the like, and let's begin. So right now I'm talking to men who suffer from this complex. We're going to start with our cortical reality, with the story in our head. So I invite you to take a piece of paper and to write down your beliefs in the left column, and then in the right column you're going to try to refute your beliefs. For example, a woman who sleeps with me on a first date is a whore. She's definitely a whore. In the right column, you're going to refute it. Well, we live in the 21st century, and this woman that I just slept with, it was a first date. She is an independent woman. She makes her own money. Now we have birth control, and she knows how to protect herself and not to have the consequences of getting pregnant or catching a sexually transmitted disease. Or I'm so hot and she was so attracted to me, my pheromones drove her wild, she couldn't resist it. It doesn't mean she is a whore. Maybe this woman hasn't had sex in 5 years. She couldn't hold it anymore. She had to unleash herself. That doesn't mean that she sleeps with every single man she comes in contact with, right? You're trying to refute your own belief. Or another belief, a woman who's unleashed and wild in bed is a whore. Good girls can't possibly behave like this. Otherwise, where would she learn that? She's definitely a whore to be acting like this in bed. I will never marry her. I can never trust her. Well, you can refute it in the right column by thinking or saying something like, well, maybe this girl grew up in a sex-positive family where sex topics weren't taboo, where she saw her mom and dad kissing and touching each other all the time, and it was normal. So therefore, she doesn't have any inhibitions inside of her while she's making love. Maybe she's very connected to her body, right? It does not make her a whore. So the whole exercise is directed to tackle your own belief. Now, this is very surface level of addressing, but necessary, right? Because we believe our thoughts. Another exercise is good. Okay, a woman who's unleashed in bed, she's definitely a whore. She's had many lovers, and therefore I can't go there. So first of all, ask a question to yourself. Can I be 100% sure that is true? That's from Byron Katie's work. So question your beliefs. Can I be absolutely 100% sure that that's true? It's like a meditation. You sit with it. And if you sit with it long enough, usually we can't be sure of anything. Like, why would you be sure? How can you be accountable for every single person's thoughts and behaviors? No, you really can't be sure about anything in this life. Another way you can gather some data. For example, I personally know women who slept with their now husbands on the first date, and now they're happily married with children and still having great sex. There are couples like that. So there's some data that contradicts your belief, like all women who sleep on first date, they're whores, right? There are some women that I know who slept with their husbands first, second dates, and they are still married. So yeah, look for data in real life to refute your initial limiting or false belief. Then also ask yourself, where was the first time you heard this? That women are whores, or a certain kind of women are whores? Where is this coming from, right? So of course it's it's a strong social condition in certain places of the world, but ask yourself all these questions. That's number one. So now I'm talking to wives of these men. They often think that my husband loves me as long as I'm a good girl. Well, after all, he married me because I'm a good girl. So what if you try to add something that he considers bad or that you consider bad? What if you bring out that bitchy personality? If you start bringing that in, not a lot, you don't need to become a bitch, but just, 10%, just a little dash. How would it change your behavior throughout a day and in bed? Maybe you're supposed to pick up the phone your husband calls no matter what. Maybe you don't pick up that phone in this particular moment. Maybe you're supposed to cook breakfast every single morning for your husband or dinner. Maybe you don't. What is it that bad girls do? If you never wore short skirts and always wear long dresses, what it's like to wear a short skirt or something that's tied to your body. So yes, it's a behavior changing component where you actually start acting a little bit like a bad girl. And it's going to be scary because your whole belief that he loves me is based on me having to be the good girl, because if I'm a bad girl, my husband is gonna leave me. But he probably won't, but maybe he'll start desiring you more. For the lovers or mistresses or girls that men don't marry, but girls that are only good for fucking, right? What about them? Well, analyze your behavior. Why are you always in the lover's territory? Yes, you're hot and sexy, you're probably crazy and unreliable, you're fun to spend time with. So what can you change about you and about your behavior? Are you treating your man with respect, or are you too bitchy to him? And that keeps him coming back to you for that charged energy, for that polarity, for that desire. What if you start becoming more reliable, more responsible? So this man who doesn't take you seriously can actually, well, see a potential partner in you. Know that he can rely on you. I've personally been on both sides. I've been told that I'm only good for fucking, and I'm also told that a woman like me is good for marrying. So you see, some men saw a certain aspect in me, and another man saw a different aspect in me. Like, I was born with lips, right? So since the age of 12, 13, I was teased about my mouth and having big lips, right? And once you have this mouth, you're in a category of like this slutty, oh, I'm just, since high school, I've heard that these boys, they just imagine how my mouth would wrap around their cocks. One aspect of me kind of likes it, and another aspect of me kind of like, well, go screw yourself. I don't want to be talked. I don't want to hear that. I want to be taken seriously, because I have both aspects in me. I want to be a wife, but I want to be a hot wife. I want to be a desired wife. So how do we combine these aspects so they can freely live in us, so we can feel whole, and we can pull out a necessary aspect where it belongs to? In other ways, when I'm talking to my child, when I'm being a responsible mom, that's who I am. When I'm with my husband alone, that I can be unleashed and wild. And there are couples like that. I know them. What they told me is that their sex life would get better and better and better with age. They have not lost that flame and sparkle between them by having a healthy sexuality. There's so many more aspects to how do you have healthy sexuality, but we'll be talking about this in other videos. My name is Katyusha. Please subscribe, hit a like, share with anyone who needs it, and I'll see you in my next video.